Hello students, now let us calculate the work to be done to produce a strain in case of volumetric strain. So this is the second part. Suppose that you have a particular sphere and it is of volume capital V, fine, and you want to increase the volume of the sphere to this much. Okay, so in this stage the volume will be V plus small v. Okay, fine. So don't write like this V plus V. Okay, it is the same thing, it will be twice V. So small v, if you are writing, you just give some curl, then it is small v. Okay, so that means you can consider that this part volume trapped between this dotted sphere and this solid sphere is small v. Okay, so change in volume this time that we have aimed for is V. Okay, small v. Now we need to find out what is the amount of work to be done. So you know that I'm not going to repeat all the explanation again, I'm just going to do the derivation directly. So you know that we cannot find out how much work is done to produce a volume V directly. What we will do, we will first of all calculate what is the work to be done for a small volume dV. Suppose that this much. Okay, if the whole part is called small v, a small part of small v, okay, so this much, this volume is called dv. This whole volume, the whole thing is called v, the small volume is called dv. Okay, understood? I hope you can understand it well. So therefore work to be done for a small small change in volume dv, I am going to write it. Okay, so work to be done to produce a small change volume dV is dW equal to, see, you know that force is basically written as F into ds, isn't it? Force into displacement. Again, you know that when we talk about this sphere, change in the volume of the sphere, we cannot talk in terms of force. We will have to talk in terms of pressure, because you know that the force is being applied in all directions uniformly. Okay, so force we will have to so it is better to consider force per unit area instead of force directly. Okay, so this is called P. Fine. So F is nothing but P into A. Okay, so what we are going to write down, so in case of, so it will be P A ds. Okay, so F equal to P, I am writing is a small a. Okay, where A is a surface area of the sphere. Okay, so P into ds. Now see, now if we consider A into ds, okay, if I consider these two things, you see, this is the surface area of the sphere. Okay, initial surface area, and ds. Okay, so what I am going to do that say that when the volume comes from here to here, the surface travels through a distance of x, linear distance x. So the whole thing is linear distance equal to x, then this small thing, the small thing is going to be what? Dx. I hope you can consider, see, when the sphere is getting bigger from this solid sphere to the last dotted sphere, the surface of the sphere has traveled through a distance of x. Okay, so the small part of this is called dx. So area into surface area is nothing but the volume. So P into, so this part can be written as dV. So dW equal to P into dV. So let it be equation number 1 in this case. Okay, so you can consider it to be 1a, because in part 1, that is longitudinal strain, we have already considered 1. Okay, so we are considering here 1a. or you can consider the serial number 1 2 3, and this you can consider as 4 also, so it's up to you. So now you know that, as I have told you, that if it is longitudinal strain, connect into Young's modulus. If it is a volumetric strain, then you have to connect it to bulk modulus. So for that, we know that bulk modulus for the material of the sphere is K or kappa. So it is equal to, all of you know that, pressure, okay, divided by volumetric strain. So we can write it as small p capital V by small v, isn't it? So if you want, so in this equation, you see equation 1, if we need p, so we need the value of p. So how to do that? P will be equal to kappa into small v by capital V. So this is our equation number, say 2a. Alright, so we will use this thing in 1a. Okay, so what will happen? dw equal to, in place of p, it is k small v by capital V, or kappa small v by capital V into dv. So k or kappa is outside and it is v into dv. Fine. So this is the last, another form. So I will mark it as 3a. Now we have dw. So let us do. So we have dw equal to kappa small v dv by capital V. Okay. Therefore, total amount of work to be done for a change in volume small v is. So same thing as we have done earlier, 0 to w dw. So here our dw is kappa small v dv divided by capital V. So obviously, as in the last case, the smallest value of v, now we are integrating with respect to v because it is dv. So v is the variable. So minimum value is small v, maximum value is v. So take kappa and v outside, v dv 0 to v, it is half v square 0 to v. So half v square minus 0. Alright, so it is half kv square by v. So I am rearranging just like the last case. Can we do like this? Can we do like this? Yes. So it is half. This is nothing but p into v. So work done is nothing but half into p into v. So work done has two formula here. One, this is 2. Okay, so half into, so therefore if you want to get work done, per unit volume, okay, so that will be equal to work divided by volume. So you remember the sphere had a volume of capital V, is it? And now you have the work done to be equal to this much. So I can again rearrange it. It will be P into small v by capital V, and that is work done per unit volume. So you can see a P means stress and this one is strain. So work done per unit volume. Okay, so you see in both the cases, you might have seen that the work done per unit volume comes out to be half into stress into strain, and in this is also called elastic potential energy.